All right, apparently that perform service light means that you're supposed to change the crankcase ventilation filter. All right, this is the new one. I guess you gotta take the dipstick out to get that out. Let's take this out and then remove that thing. All right. Back in there. This one's all the way in the back. I think this is the last one. Last one. Oh, hold on. Oh, what is it? Something else back here attached. I wonder if I can just lift it up. Oh yeah, that looks like what we're looking for right there. Does it just pop out? There we go. There she is right there. Crankcase ventilation filter. That's what that looks like. The new one is right here. They look the same. I mean, that's the filter material down in there. Looks pretty dirty. I don't know. That one dropped right in. All right. Nothing to it. Cap back on. All right, I guess we'll just reverse the process here. All right. Well, that's done. My only question now is if I need to reset the thing that keeps dinging at me. All right, I Googled it. If you want to know how to do it, that's how you do it. Key in. Turn it to run. Brake pedal. Press twice, once, twice. Accelerator, once, twice, and turn the key back to off. Okay, cool. I think that's fixed. Yeah, why we got to do the pedal and the brake pedal and press it this many times? Like, why can't you just put it in the gauges like everything else? Just hold the reset. Like, why that one filter we got to go all cryptic on it? I don't understand that. But anyways. This thing broke because it's a terrible design. And what happens is it laps over on the bed here, and when you slide things out the bed, it just pulls and breaks, and then it eventually fell off. So I'm gonna try to fix it. There it is. All right, now when you open the tailgate and you slide something out, well, it'll catch a little bit, but it won't rip off now. So on the older trucks, they used to have, used to just be metal all the way around, just wrapped, and that was the better way. But this is good for now. All right, time to give the old truck a bath. Right, Shep? No, we're not going for a ride. We're gonna wash it. Yeah, get all your fur out of there. That's half the problem. All right, she's all clean. No thanks to Shep. He wanted to play with the hose more than anything. But yeah, all clean and shined up. I don't put any tire shine on the wheels, or on the tires rather, because they just get dusty and nasty, so it almost makes them start to look worse than if you just don't put any on there. At least with like a truck like this. If you had a car, I'm sure it would be fine. It's looking good.
What you doing, Chevy? Guess what? Yeah. That's your favorite thing, isn't it? What do you think, Gino?
All right, I gotta fix my truck here. It's all cracked up there, and my headlight is a little wobbly. Makes the truck look like it's got a lazy eye when it's going down the road. So I was in Georgia coming back from a trip, and this guy at a gas station rolled a box truck back into the front of my truck and smashed this. And it only rolled into it, so it didn't really, everything else is good, like the metal bumper's fine, but this plastic piece just crunched and it got the light too. So this was a while back. I forgot about it, and then too much time went by, so I couldn't turn it over to insurance or anything. But I'm gonna try to fix it, and then I've got a grill guard to put on. Let's hopefully keep that from happening again. Because this guy, this was his excuse. He said after he got out of the truck and was, you know, started apologizing, he was like, oh yeah, the air brakes on this, it was like a big rider truck, like a box truck. He's like, oh yeah, the air brakes are not working correctly. When I put it in gear, and when I put it in gear and took my foot off the brake, it started rolling. And I was like, dude, I don't think you know how air brakes or any brakes work for that matter. Like, if you take your foot off the brake, it's gonna roll somewhere if it's in gear. But anyways, now I've got to fix it, so let's do that. Is that literally all that's holding it in? I guess so. This piece there, so this piece looks like, I guess I'm missing this side of it. Yeah, it looks like it broke off, so I don't have that. I don't know where that went. Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm gonna try this plastic welding gun. I've never used it. Alright, I think the idea is you're supposed to take these staples and they go in that gun and they get really hot, and then I think you just kind of push them down in here and embed them, and then that's what holds your repair together. Oh, look at that, it goes red hot. Okay. And I should be able to pull it out. Yeah, I think it worked. All right, let's try another one. I'm gonna put one right here. Yeah, it turns red hot just like nothing. All right, right there. Let it cool. So you just let it, yeah, there it is. All right, yeah, I think that's working. So put a few more in there. All right. I mean, it's still got a crack, of course, you know, and the chrome's peeling, but man, it feels like it's repaired. It's not flexing like it was. It's not going anywhere, I don't think. I mean, it's as strong as the rest of the plastic, it seems like. Man, that really worked. That plastic welder, man, that's like super easy. So I'm gonna start using that thing more. last thing you're supposed to do is cut off all these little pieces of the staple. All right. All right, I'd say this thing's good to go. All right, so, I mean, this needs to go, be reattached to there. What is this thing? This is the piece that I need right here. So that's gotta be put right back on like that. All right, I'm gonna try to do this one first. So it has to go right like this. See, there was like other stuff here that's probably laying in the parking lot of that gas station. All right, let me try to get this at least so this doesn't bend, and then we'll go from there. All right, these ones like this is what they say to use for an inside corner, which is what I got here. So this goes right like that. Oh yeah, this thing is, I don't want to say stronger than the original, but I feel like that metal is going to be more forgiving to flexing than the that brittle plastic that they got in there. So I don't know, I'm pretty impressed with this little plastic welding gun. This thing's pretty sweet. I could fix all kind of stuff with this thing. All right. Yeah, it sure don't look pretty, but that's better than buying a new headlight. Bottom one is a little more straightforward. All I have to do is put that, well, like that. All right, I mean, there's 4. Look how good that is. I mean, I'm really impressed with this thing. I keep saying it, but it's like this kind of stuff, normally you have to throw it away. Definitely a fan now. Also, the box says this plastic welding gun is for children 8 and up. So you could have your kids doing some plastic welding, I guess. All right. Man, that headlight is good to go. That's incredible. All right, we just gotta put this thing back here. All right, that's fixed. So that's good. And then that one there, I didn't really do much to, just because it wasn't too bad. And then my headlight, no more wobble. So that's awesome. Man, that plastic welding gun is, man, I would have got one of these a long time ago had I known, but that really comes in handy for that kind of stuff. All right, next thing, we'll be putting this grill guard on. I gotta thank my buddy Taylor and his family for this. He got me a hookup on this thing, and I basically paid for it new what other people are paying on Facebook Marketplace for used ones that are coming off of other trucks. All right, it didn't come with instructions, so I'm going with stuff that I found on the internet. Follow me. All right. All right, so these things, these brackets, they go right here where the tow hooks go. Evidently the tow hooks, they go on the actual grill guard. They kind of face inwards, and you put them out here, so they're not even hooked in here anymore. I'm going to use the same bolts that, like the same hardware that was on the tow hooks, because it looks like it's beefier than the stuff that Branch Hand gave me. These are supposed to be no more than 40 1/8, which they're right at 40 here, so. These things go underneath. Evidently take these bolts off on the side of the frame here, on the outside, and then this kind of bolts over top of it. Like that, I believe. That's apparently what holds the bumper on, because the bumper just dropped down. All right, so you're apparently supposed to put 3 washers on each one of those, each bolt. And I guess that way it kicks it away from this lip here. I noticed that was gonna be a problem, and then this is what they came up with, I guess. All right, I'm over the other side of the truck now. There. All right, I was having problems because when I tightened that bumper back up, it had dropped a little bit when I had loosened it, so it wasn't quite in the same spot. So the reveal across the front here wasn't exactly straight. So I've been trying to use these things to level it out. The problem is The problem is they pick up on the front of the bumper, which twists it down in the back. So it needs to be held like that. This side over here is a little worse. So this one, I mean, that's got a pretty big gap in there. So I need to hold it like that, I think. That is installed and ready to go. I look like a regular old John Dutton now. Hopefully this will protect me from the villagers up in the villages. They I overheard some guys at Lowe's calling it the gauntlet. Looks good. It's very sturdy. I mean, it doesn't even move. No rattles, no nothing. Now I don't know about these parking sensors, because I think it said that it was not compatible. I wonder if it's gonna throw those off when I start the truck. Let's try that and see. Oh yeah, see? Showing me there's something in front of me. So, okay, I gotta figure out how to move those. What do you want? Yeah. What do you want? No. I'm trying to do something. You're in the way. Yeah. Yeah, you're in the way. Watch out. Watch out. There it is. Look at that. Dang it. Alright, well now that I put them in, they're triggering the sensors again. Alright, see the only thing I can see is these. So this one right here, that's the one I didn't touch. That one's pretty much straight out. This one here is angled down just a tad. So I'm wondering if maybe it's just pointing down at the ground. I guess maybe you rotate the trim ring around? Which kind of sucks because now I got to take the fog lights back out. All right, I got these rotated around a little bit so that they're more directly out instead of facing down, and it works fine. So that is it right there. So now I've got parking sensors with the ranch hand grill guard.
there though, guys.
Feels good. I've got all my stuff back here and out on my back seat. All right, let's see. Plenty of room for dogs or, oh look, I was looking for those shorts. But yeah, a lot more room back here. And then with this step, I can easily open it up, jump right up here, get to everything I need, just like that. That's pretty nice. Alright, taking the lock and lube off. I'm putting on this little, whatever you call that, it's like a needle style fitting. Alright, I'm greasing the front drive shaft fitting. It's right here. That's the back of the truck. That's the driver's side. And if you come in right here from the side, it's right, that fitting is right in there where my finger is. You can kind of see it shining right there. So basically what you do is you put that needle right down until it seats in the bottom there, and you just pump some grease in there. The worst part about doing the service on this truck is this thing right here. There it is. Okay. Whew, that sucks. Whew. Just a little bit dirty. right, the oil filter on this truck is right back there on the passenger side wheel well. Just kind of sit it there, and then got this thing here which basically threads into the top so that you can pull it out of this small hole, tilt it over and pull it out of the small hole without it dumping oil everywhere. That's not a Ram idea. Somebody had to come up with this to fix the problem they created. All right, then you just pull it right out like that. There's the oil filter. All right, new filter. Got a Mopar this time because it was cheaper. Alright, well, to drain the fuel filter, I used to be able to, there used to be a tube up there attached to the bottom of the fuel filter housing, and I would just stick this pipe over it and then direct it down into the pan, but that little tubing is gone. It's just, I don't know where it went, so I gotta figure out something else. Alright, I'm just gonna put this old washing machine hose down here. I'll go out to the bottom, and then I'll hold it under the thing while I open it, and then it should drain right out. Here, I'll just take this hose and stick it in there. Oh. All right, it's coming. Alright, that's pretty loose. Okay. Put that washing machine hose on the bottom. Looks like it's going to stay there actually, so that's nice. Turn this yellow valve. And all the fuel should be draining down into that pan. There's the little valve that lets the fuel out. I got the washing machine hose underneath of it. And it's just dripping in there. There's the fuel filter. There it is. Oh. Just take this O-ring off. This gets replaced every time. Alright, new O-ring. There it is. Alright, fuel filter. Right like that. Oh. Other fuel filter is under the back of the truck here. Right up there.
Easiest thing to do is just undo this little wire. Okay. Well, I guess this is gonna drip too, so there may not be a good way around it. A little fuel over there. So there's that filter. There's an O-ring here that gets replaced. All right, one O-ring. Okay. All right, so this is the O-ring that goes around the top. Make sure you put that in. New O-ring here. Goes back where the other one was. And then this screws back here. All right, that's snug. Plug the little connector back in half here. There we go. And that should be good to go. Now, because we emptied the fuel filters, you gotta prime it a few times. Just let the fuel pump kick on and then back off. I think it's like 5 times you're supposed to do it. All right, let's give it a shot. There we go. No leaks. Oil life, hold to reset. Firm. Yes. Fuel filter life. Back to 100%. All right, see that's got 80 in it because that was in the back. You can run 80 in the front, it's just a little rough. So I put 70. So it's gonna let it out until it gets to 70. All right, that one's at 70.
right. It's good to go for another 15,000 miles or so. All right, well, I think I'm going to end the video here. Don't really have much else on this truck at the moment. I am going to make another video on this truck where I fix the ABS light, the hydraulic control unit, and do some other things, but I think that's it for now. If you're curious, it is a 2018. I bought it new. I think I paid $59,000 for it. Currently has 88,212 miles on it. It has the Cummins 6.7 high output with the ASIN transmission. Everything is pretty much stock. I haven't done really anything to it. It's not been deleted or anything. I did put this little chip thing in here. Right there. BD power, throttle level, something. It doesn't really increase performance, but it's like if you press the pedal that much, it gives you that much throttle. So in other words, you don't have to press the throttle down as far to get the same amount of response. So the throttle pedal on this truck has a lot of play in it. So this kind of just makes it a little more snappy. I got this truck specifically without carpet, so did the carpet delete on it, but it's got pretty much everything else. I've got my dash cam. I think everybody should have one of them. Also, when I ordered this truck, I got the Snow Chief package. So I've got all of these aux buttons down here, and they're not hooked up to anything now, but you can hook these things up so that they control like exterior lights or really whatever you want. I got Michelin tires. These are pretty much the best tires I've found for just driving around on the highway. You know, they're not great off-road, but you'll get tons of mileage out of them, and they're very quiet. Good tires. Very, very good tires. These things have lasted so much longer than the Firestones or whatever was on this truck when I first got it. So these are awesome tires. I usually run 70 PSI in the front, 50 PSI in the back if it's just empty, rides really nice like that, or 80 PSI if I'm towing or hauling anything. But I used to run 60 in the front, but the guy at the tire shop says these trucks are so heavy they do better with 70. The tires wear better, so took his advice on that. I've got these steps on the side. They are NFAB, just powder coated. And I got the one on the back so you can get in the bed. Yes, I took the toolbox back out. I've got mud flaps. I think all trucks should have these. I just don't like when stuff sprays up on the side of my truck. And these things are awesome. They, I don't remember where I got these. I think it was some company in Georgia. They are awesome mud flaps. Keeps all the chips and rocks off the side of the truck, all the mud. You know, I can clean this truck and then pretty much like run through the dump, through the mud, and all of the mud will kind of be contained to the wheels, which is really nice. Also, I fixed this in the video, but it didn't hold up real well, so don't do that. These mirrors are, I think it's Boost Auto Parts sells these, and they're basically the Ford Chevy style mirrors, which I really like these a lot better. I don't understand why Dodge is still using those stupid flip out mirrors. I really hate them. They were like the worst part about this truck. And these are awesome. My dad just put some of these on his truck. I would highly recommend them. And I think it's Boost Auto Parts, but you'd have to look it up. The only bad thing about these is the mirrors are no longer power folding. The other mirrors, they would literally fold in and out with the motor. So that's the only functionality you lose. It's got a turn signal built in here, turn signal here, backup lights. But yeah, the visibility out of these is just tremendously better, and they look better. I mean, Ram just redesigned the trucks not too long ago, and they're still using the same old flippy mirrors, which it just, I mean, come on, Ram, what are you doing? Oh, also that kit I got to relocate these parking sensors, it works good. It's way, way overpriced, but the bad part is these plugs that they give you, they rust like that. I mean, really, the only thing in the kit that they gave you was these brackets that go here, and these plugs, the grommets, and some of this. You know, it was way overpriced. I don't remember what I paid, but it was overpriced, and this is unacceptable. It's only been a couple years. One thing that's super annoying is this here. This is the 4-wheel drive selector. It's electronic, and I've been stranded before at the dump where I went there, tried to turn this on, and it decides it's not going to work. And there's a little solenoid underneath on the axle that actually does the shifting of the, you know, engages the 4-wheel drive or whatever. And that solenoid went bad, and it was under warranty. They replaced it, but I would much rather have an actual shifter here for that 4-wheel drive. You know, luckily I was able to just kind of wiggle it back and forth and keep shifting it in and out of gears. And I think I had it in like neutral and back to drive and doing all this stuff, rocking the truck back and forth. And I finally got it into 4-wheel drive so I could get out of the dump. But that was almost a real problem there. I'm not really a guy who prefers one truck over another. I would have just as soon bought a Ford or a Chevy or anything like that. It was just, this one happened to be the best value at the time, and that's what I got. But yeah, this truck's been a great truck so far. I've had really zero issues other than the ABS module, which I have fixed now. I'll put that in a different video. But other than that, I mean, super reliable, no issues, you know, drives great. Getting the squirrel? Go and get him. Get a squirrel. Nope, didn't work. You've been staring at that squirrel forever. There he goes. Oh, what do you know? You missed him again. Squirrel's just too fast. You missed him again, huh? Missed him again. Darn. Better luck next time.